Sunglasses and sunscreen. I used to use sunglasses a lot, a whole lot, and I never use them. Naively, I did use them, but now that I've come to actually understand what the sun and the sun's rays are, I do not use them anymore. Why would I want to block out a healing ray, a ray of healing energy? That's what the sun's job is to do. The sun heals, it grows, it multiplies, while the moon does the opposite. The moon putrefies, and it's the cycle of life and death. That's also why you wouldn't want to put a wound or something that does need healing in moonlight, ideally. But I have blue eyes. They say, some of the most difficult to deal with out in sunlight, and now I don't need them at all because I've trained them to do so. I've gotten used to the sunlight. Everyone just has these weak eyes, just like we have weak feet from wearing the shoes. Everything's weak because it's all been pampered and just coddled. We need to fix that. If you were to live outside, then you would just have to deal with it. We just never have to deal with it. And also sunlight, obviously it heals, so it can and does heal your eyes. And obviously looking at the sun is a bit hard to do, especially these days. But you can even do like closed eye looking at sun gazing as well, and that also can and does heal your eyes as well. And I talk about that, how to do that as well. Pretty much just explain it, but I talk about that in more detail in one of my earlier videos, talking about the eyes and their relation with occultism. But what I was saying earlier about how it's difficult to look at the sun these days, and I think it's only gotten harder, more difficult, because of the cycles that the sun goes in. It used to be a yellow light. Now it is a white light, and now it's commonly accepted as white, and people think that, oh, it's just fantasy of it being yellow, and that was just like some I don't know, poetic license or whatever. But no, they were just drawing it as they saw it. And I believe it used to be other colors as well. I believe it used to be red at one point. You can look back at the Japanese flag, the red sun, the red rising sun, right? That's what they'll say, that's what it was, but that's what it's based off of. But no, I believe that the sun was just red at one point, and it goes through different cycles. It's just like how they say in heating, it starts red, and then it goes, orange, yellow, white, and then at the highest blue. And look at that, we're pretty close to blue there at the top. So it just cyclically goes through these things, and that's what they say is like the brightest and hottest stars. Well, yeah, they're just kind of a little half-truth there, but it has to deal with frequency as well. That is a frequency rising higher and higher, and there recycles. Everything is always cyclical. And the other one I mentioned, sunscreen, also terrible for you, right? It seems that a lot of these things that have sun in the name are not so good. Sunglasses, sunscreen, yeah, I would want to steer clear of those, I guess, if it's got sun, other than sunshine. I don't know, but yeah, sunscreen, terrible for you. The chemicals in it are horrible. You don't want those in your body already, but once again, you're blocking the sun's rays, the healing rays. Now, the reason why people want to block these is because they get sunburns. Well, the reason you're getting sunburns is, one, you're never outside, so you're not actually getting any sun at all, so your skin is ripe and pale. And then two, your diet's terrible. If your diet's terrible, your body is getting rid of toxins in all different ways. You're peeing it out, you're shitting it out, but it's also coming out through your skin as well, many other different ways. So your body is excreting these toxins, and they're coming out through your skin, your largest organ, and there's a reaction that's happening with the sunlight that's hitting your skin with these toxins that are in there. And what all the sun is doing is growing, healing, and multiplying, and you have these toxins that are interacting with your skin, so it's multiplying. You're getting too many skin cells, too many of the toxins as well in your skin, and this is how people will develop skin cancer. It is not the sun's fault, it is your diet's fault. If your diet was clean and you actually got some regular sunlight, you would never get a sunburn. Don't get me wrong, you're not supposed to be in the sun all day long. We're not designed to be in the sun all day long, ideally. It even talks about that in the Bible. I mean, there's a set amount of hours that you're ideally supposed to be for a period of time. You know, I mean, it's right around like 4 to 5 hours is like the most that you are recommended to stay in the sun at one given time. And that's not always as, you know, possible for people, but still, most people don't even get an hour in the sunshine these days. So, anyways, sunscreen, sunglasses, terrible. You don't want to block the sun. You need the sun. And yes, once again, too much of the sun is a bad thing, but too much of anything is a bad thing. We're 99% by molecular count water. We are just basically completely water, and yet you can have too much water. You can drown yourself. But we're sacks of water. So yeah, you can always have too much of a thing, but you still need it. Just like we still need sunlight. So don't neglect the sunlight. Don't block it out, and spend some more time in the sun every day, at least. I mean, even if you can't do it much, just, you know, try in the morning. You know, get some early sunlight in. Getting it in, I mean, it's common knowledge now, known that if you walk outside in the morning and you get that sunlight right into your eyes straight away first thing in the morning, it helps wake you up. It starts everything going, and that has to do with your circadian rhythms. But we know sunlight. I mean, it's healing. It's getting your day right. It's the life giver. I mean, it's happy to see you, and you're happy to see it. So that's basically it.